Kaneen Matha, and we are journeying through the punctation. So, when last we left, up on the punctation, where you going? Where you going? This is my water bottle, honey. Now put me some more water. Water just tastes different coming out of glass, y'all. It just tastes different. But I don't want to be on this live long. I wanted to I really wanted to like kind of unpack a little bit of Secret Society 3 because I just finished watching it. And I wanted to say what I thought before I forget what I thought, and I also wanted to go and cook. So, yeah, I watched Secret Society, and it took me a minute to realize because two cis women are playing the leading role, and I mean they've kept up with the tradition of doing cis in every movie, but they did have one role where I think they actually let a trans person play in this film. I gotta check the cast, but I think one of them was really actually a trans woman in the third one. But if you've seen the first two, they did not have any trans women in the first two. Um, but like it was really showing you how, like in all three episodes, it show you how they live like this extravagant life, but it's the secrecy. Like, um, the writer just really shows that really brings home what glitters isn't gold. Like you never know people's backstory when they be, beat out and and be dressed up, and when they look, really good. Like you never know what their backstory is. And it makes so much sense. Like you hear about how people who go to like children who grow up in orphanages, you hear how they grow up and they become politicians, and how they become a part of, the elite society. Like, it seems like, the children who have the most troubled childhood, or the children who go through the most as a child, they grow up, if they survive it, to become, really powerful, influential people if they get connected with the right people. And I think a lot of times you are trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Like I think trafficking is really how you shape society, because you can bring these children around these elites, and they're being bought by these elites, and so these elites can groom them. Like literally, like, and when you really think about that, that's how you could put a whole society in place. Like you legit can put a whole society in place by trafficking children, and they don't have to be raised how you want them to be raised. They could be raised how the elites and how the 1% want them to be raised. And so organized trafficking is organized slavery, and is making sure that you're putting the right kind of elites in power. And Secret Society really point that out, and it shows how people be having secrets that they be trying to protect. They be trying to protect the secret that they were trafficked. They be trying to protect secrets that they were trans. They be trying to protect all of these yeah, they be trying to protect secrets, that things that embarrass them from their childhood, things that, happen to them from their childhood. And so a lot of times when you have leverage over someone, when you have something on somebody, and they trying to keep it a secret, then they'll play along to your game. And so that's a way where you could kind of like mentally enslave people. Like, oh, if If I don't do what they tell me to do, they're going to tell my secret, you know. So you become indebted to people and have to be loyal to people because people have something on you. That's why I'm so glad I'm so honest about my life. I'm so glad that I don't live my life like that, because that is literally how people have power over you. Your secrets is what give people power over you. And so the movie just really was explaining it, because secret society is literally a society based on secrets. You keep the society a secret, and it's a society based on secrets. People are acting and performing a certain way because they want to live a certain way, they want to dress a certain way, they want to be seen a certain way, they want to give off the illusion. And so I'm like, are the elites really the most enslaved? Like, if we want to make ends meet, we got to get up and go to work and do basic things. But in order for you to have privilege, you have to do more. You have to be a higher level model of you have to be a higher level model. Like, to get privilege, you have to be a higher level model. So that means you have more responsibility. You have more stuff you have to do in order to be respected in the system. But you're not, hey, Aaron, but you're not getting it unless you're willing to do A, B, and C. Like, they're not gonna give that to you unless you're willing to do A, B, and C. And so, like, I'm really, like, my eyes is like really open, and I'm really starting to see behind the veil. I'm really starting to see behind the veil, and I'm really starting to see, like, the ones who have more. The ones who have more, they are more they are more indebted to the system. Like, but they make it look really, really good. Like they really, really they they make it look really, really, really good. Like that's the whole point of this illusion, is to make slavery look good. Like, I think that's what I've been messed up about, is because every time we hear stories about slavery, we always imagine the slave is like dressed in slave clothes and the slave look bummy, and this is just what they done thrown on us. But when you think about it, the indigenous people was wearing loincloths and didn't have no shirts on, and was barefooted, and was wearing shoes made out of leather and and feathers, and they was free. They were sovereign. They was autonomous. The only thing they had to contend with was nature. Like, they were sovereign, they were autonomous, and they were free, and they were more connected with nature. The more labels, the more designers, the more brands you connected and affiliated with, the less you are autonomous, and the more you are indebted to all of this that's being poured into you. Like, you was cutting up in this comment section, huh, on Bullet. But yeah, that's the point. I watched Secret Society. So when I first started watching it, right in the beginning, I was mad because a dark skinned girl got killed. Like, she was the first one to get killed in the movie, and I was like, they just killed her like that. And then they finally had like a real trans person in the video, and she was dark skinned, and she like took the charge. Where you going? Yeah, cause if you thought she was getting ready to run. So anyway, she like took the charge, and she was like, gotta pay attention to this one. Yeah, but she like took the charge and was like willing to be on death row, and she was like, she wanted the other trans girl, who was played by a cis girl, to go out and live her best life up on the punctation, and have her have her adopted son and have her husband, and they just go live this happy life, while the dark skinned trans girl, you know what I'm saying, make sure that she get out scot free and go to death row in jail instead of getting herself out. Like, this is so true because we always sacrificing for the children. Like, we always sacrificing for the children. Oh my goodness, the deep melanation is always sacrificing. And that's really what be plucking me. Like, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the live because I just wanted to come on here for a second. But that's really what be bothering me, like with like this indigenous culture. Child. So you got the Indian people, the light skinned Indian people, and they saying that this is the real cradle of life, and trying to say that they were the original people. And I'm like, it doesn't even make sense, like, scientifically. It makes sense that the first beings would have been extremely dark because you could see everything coming out of extremely dark skinned people. You can't, however, see everything coming out of people who have to wear sunscreen. Like, make it make sense. So, no. That was random. That was off topic. I just wanted to say that. Now I'm finna go cook me something to eat. But yeah, I wanted to do that review. I might come on for a few minutes later before I go to bed, or come back on again tomorrow. I love y'all. Later.